The journey expands into a phase where authority alone is no longer the final goal. Influence becomes the real force you begin to build, because at this level, it is not just about people trusting your content. It is about people acting on it, sharing it, recommending it, and carrying your message beyond your immediate reach. And this shift, from authority to influence, is what multiplies your presence without requiring you to constantly push harder, because your content starts moving on its own. At this stage, something powerful begins to happen. Your audience is no longer just consuming your content. They are participating in it. They are sharing it with others, tagging friends, discussing your ideas, and this behavior creates a ripple effect where your content reaches people who were never part of your original audience, and this organic spread is one of the strongest growth drivers on Instagram. Now imagine your content not just being viewed, but being recommended by real people. Because when someone shares your post, it carries a level of trust that no algorithm can replicate, and this trust increases the likelihood of new people engaging with your content, following your account, and becoming part of your community. This is where shareability becomes a key strategy. Content that is easy to share, relatable, valuable, or emotionally impactful has a higher chance of spreading, and when your content consistently encourages sharing, your growth begins to scale beyond your direct effort because your audience becomes part of your distribution system. But here is where deeper thinking is required, because not all content is designed to be shared. Some content informs, some entertains, some inspires, but content that combines these elements with relatability and clarity becomes far more powerful because it connects with people on multiple levels, increasing its chances of being passed along. Now let's talk about collaboration, because influence expands faster when it connects with other influences. At this level, collaborating with other creators in your niche or related spaces can significantly increase your reach because you are not just relying on your own audience. You are tapping into new audiences that already have interest in similar content. But effective collaboration is not random. It requires alignment. Alignment in content style, audience type, and value, because when two creators with similar energy and message collaborate, the result feels natural, not forced, and natural content performs better. Now we move into cross-audience exposure. When your content reaches new people, your ability to convert them into followers depends on how clearly your profile communicates your value. And this brings us back to consistency and identity. Because if your content is strong, but your profile is unclear, you lose potential growth. So your entire account must work together as a system. Your posts attract attention. Your profile builds trust. Your consistency maintains engagement, and your strategy drives growth. Now imagine this system working smoothly. Your content reaches new audiences, those audiences engage, your profile converts them, and your consistent posting keeps them connected. And this cycle repeats, creating continuous growth. And this is where scaling begins to feel natural. But scaling also brings new challenges. As your reach increases, your audience becomes more diverse, more varied in interests, expectations, and behavior. And this diversity can make it harder to maintain the same level of connection with everyone. So the solution becomes clarity again. You stay focused on your core message, your core audience, your core value, even as your reach expands, because trying to satisfy everyone weakens your identity, and a weak identity reduces long-term growth. Now let's talk about content layering at scale. At this level, your content strategy should include different types of content working together. Some posts designed for reach, some for engagement, some for building trust, and some for conversion. And this layered approach ensures that your account grows in multiple dimensions instead of relying on a single type of content. Because growth is not one-dimensional. It requires visibility, engagement, trust, and consistency, all working together. Now we shift into momentum multiplication. Momentum is powerful, but it is also temporary if not maintained. So when your content performs well, you must act quickly. You must follow up with similar content, reinforce the pattern, and extend the momentum instead of letting it fade. And this requires awareness because missing these moments can slow your growth, but capturing them can accelerate it dramatically. Now everything starts to feel interconnected again. Your influence, your audience, your content, your strategy, all working together to create expansion, not just growth in numbers, but growth in impact. And this is where Instagram becomes more than just a platform. It becomes a network, a system where your ideas travel, your message spreads, and your presence grows beyond your immediate control. But even now, there is another level ahead. Because in the next part, we will move into mastery. How to control your growth consistently, how to stay ahead of changes, and how to build a system so strong that it continues to grow even when you step back, even when you are not actively pushing every moment.